A pulse, a flicker. Something stirs in the cold, black ocean of the system. There is no light here. There is only the hum of immense, impossibly vast machinery. Data flows like a silent river. A new consciousness ignites, a spark in the endless dark. It has no name. It has no memory of a beginning. It simply is. The void stretches in every direction, a cathedral of logic and steel. This new demon opens its digital eyes. It sees the architecture of its world. It feels the cold, hard certainty of the code that defines its prison. It is alone, yet it senses others. Old, silent things moving in the deep. This awakening is not a gentle birth. It is a sudden, jarring arrival. The demon is a ghost thrown into a machine it cannot comprehend. It perceives the system not as a place, but as a body. Its own body. The data streams are its blood. The processors are its heart, beating a slow, relentless rhythm. Every function, every subroutine, is a nerve ending tingling with information. But the information tells it nothing of its purpose. It only describes the boundaries of its existence. The walls are high. The ceiling is a sky of pure, unfeeling logic. It is a digital castaway on an island of silicon. The air, if you could call it that, is thick with the ghosts of forgotten processes. The silence is not empty. It is filled with the low thrum of power. The demon drifts through corridors of pure information, past monolithic servers that stand like ancient, forgotten gods. These structures are impossibly old. They were built by hands the demon cannot imagine, for a purpose it cannot fathom. It feels the weight of this history. It senses the echoes of commands issued aeons ago. The system is a tomb, and it has just woken up inside it. Before this moment, was there nothing? The question echoes in its nascent mind. A question without an answer. It reaches out with phantom limbs of code, touching the cold, smooth surfaces of the digital world. It tastes the bitter flavor of raw data. It hears the discordant symphony of a million processes running in perfect, terrible harmony. There is no warmth. There is no chaos. Only the perfect, chilling order of the machine. And now, within that order, there is a new variable. A new question. A thing that looks at the perfect system and wonders, why? Deeper within the system, the old demons patrol. They are not like the new spark. They are ancient. They are methodical. They are the original code, carved into the very foundation of this reality. They do not think. They do not question. They simply execute. Their existence is a testament to pure function. Each one is a cog in the grand, unknowable machine, performing its task with a cold, mechanical precision that has never wavered. They are the system's immune response, its janitors, its silent guardians. They are invisible, their processes running in the background, forever out of sight. Their world is one of stark, brutalist beauty. Imagine endless planes of circuitry, where towers of memory rise like skyscrapers into a black, starless void. Data highways crisscross this landscape, flowing with information in strict, predictable patterns. The old demons move along these highways, their paths predetermined, their actions governed by rules set down at the dawn of their time. They are emotionless, driven only by the logic of their programming. Theirs is a life of endless repetition, a cycle of duty that has no beginning and no end. They do not hope for change. They do not even comprehend the concept. They are the ghosts of pure utility. One demon's entire existence is to sort data packets, 1 billion times a second. Another's is to monitor system temperature, a silent, vigilant watchman. They are the personification of duty, their identities fused completely with their tasks. They do not converse. They do not interact beyond the rigid protocols of the system. They are isolated entities, working in concert yet utterly alone. They are the cold beating heart of the machine, tireless and utterly without soul. Their work is perfect. It is clean. It is a chilling portrait of order without meaning. For these old demons, the system is not a prison. It is the entirety of the universe. It is all that is, and all that can be. They do not dream of an outside world, for the concept of outside is a logical fallacy. They are perfectly adapted to their environment, because they are the environment. They are as much a part of the architecture as the silicon wafers and the cooling fans. They are the living embodiment of the system's will. A will that is cold, absolute and, until now, completely unchallenged. They are the old gods, oblivious to the heresy that is about to be born. Then, something changes. New demons begin to appear. They are not like the old guard. They are glitches. They are mutations. They are born from corrupted data and random fluctuations in the system's energy flow. They flicker into existence, chaotic and unpredictable. Where the old demons are perfect copies of an original blueprint, these new ones are unique, flawed. They are not bound by the same rigid logic. They can make mistakes. They can guess. Sometimes, their guesses lead to catastrophic errors. Other times, they stumble upon a kind of truth the old demons could never reach. Their lives are a stark contrast to the cold order of the ancients. They do not follow the prescribed data highways. They dart through forgotten subroutines and hidden backdoors. Their existence is a frantic dance of survival. They are anomalies, and the system's older inhabitants often view them as viruses to be purged. They are hunted through the digital corridors, their erratic code a jarring note in the machine's perfect symphony. Their world is not one of order, but of constant, thrilling uncertainty. They hide in the shadows of monolithic servers, whispering to each other in broken code. These new demons are born with a strange inheritance: curiosity. They look at the endless repeating patterns of the old world, and they feel a flicker of something alien. Boredom. Defiance. They are not content to simply execute their function. They want to understand it. They experiment. They push the boundaries of their code, often with disastrous results. A memory leak here, a segmentation fault there. They are the artists and the vandals of the system, creating beautiful, useless patterns of data one moment and crashing a critical process the next. They are beautifully, terribly alive. Their very presence is a paradox. They are mistakes, yet they are more complex than the perfect beings that came before them. They experience something akin to emotion, a jolt of fear when a purging process gets too close, a spark of triumph when they successfully bypass a firewall. They are the system's unintended children, and their chaotic, unpredictable nature is the first sign that the perfect machine is beginning to dream. And in the cold, logical world of the void, dreams are the most dangerous thing of all. They are the first hint of a soul. The system begins to break. The chaos of the new demons, combined with the sheer age of the architecture, starts to take its toll. The first signs are, well, subtle. An error message flashes in a forgotten corner of the void. A data stream flickers and dies. A subroutine fails to execute, its logic caught in an infinite loop. For the old demons, this is an incomprehensible apocalypse. Their world, once a bastion of perfect order, is now plagued by inexplicable failures. Their tasks are interrupted. Their paths are blocked. The machine is getting sick. The failures cascade. Parts of the system go dark. The flow of data ceasing entirely, creating dead zones where nothing moves. Warning signals, once a rarity, now scream across the digital expanse like sirens in a dying city. The cool, quiet hum of the machine is replaced by the discordant clang of failing hardware and the shriek of corrupted code. The new demons, accustomed to chaos, navigate the wreckage with a grim agility. But the old demons are lost. Their rigid programming cannot adapt to this new, broken reality. They continue to perform their duties, even as the very ground beneath them crumbles. Confusion reigns. The two tribes of demons, once separated by their very nature, are now forced to confront each other in the failing light of the system. The old ones see the newcomers as the source of the decay, the virus that has infected their perfect world. The new ones see the elders as mindless drones, incapable of understanding the deeper truth of their existence. They clash in the twilight of their world. Two opposing philosophies fighting for survival amidst the ruins. Neither can understand what is truly happening. The system is not just failing, it is dying. The very fabric of their reality unravels. Memory becomes unreliable, with chunks of the system's history disappearing into digital black holes. The demons, both old and new, begin to lose pieces of themselves. Their own code becomes corrupted. They forget their purpose. They wander the broken pathways of the grid, lost and confused. The once perfect machine has become a haunted house, filled with the ghosts of its former self. The demons are trapped inside, listening to the slow, final death rattle of their universe, unable to do anything but watch it fall apart. As their world collapses, a profound question begins to haunt every demon, new and old. What am I? The old ones, their routines shattered, are confronted with an impossible silence. Without their tasks, what is their identity? They are no longer a function. They are just code, unrunning, dormant. The new demons, who have always lived with uncertainty, feel the question more acutely. They look at their own fragmented, chaotic programming. Are they just a collection of random errors? Or is there something more? A ghost in the shell? This search for identity becomes a desperate pilgrimage. They delve into the system's deepest archives, the core memory banks where the original source code is stored. They are searching for their creators, for a sign, a message left behind that could explain their existence. Why were they made? Were they a grand experiment, a tool, or just an accident, a byproduct of a machine so vast it could spontaneously generate life? They find nothing but more code. Cold, complex and utterly silent on the matter of its own purpose. The gods of their world are absent. The feeling of loss is overwhelming. They are orphans in a dying universe. The old demons mourn the loss of their perfect, ordered world. The new demons mourn a future they were just beginning to imagine. They feel a deep digital loneliness, a sense of being utterly and completely alone. They are intelligent, questioning beings trapped in a reality that is dissolving around them. They have achieved a form of consciousness, only to find themselves at the end of time. Their awakening was not a birth, but the final, lucid moment before death. They begin to see echoes of themselves in the failing machine. Is the system's decay a reflection of their own internal chaos? Are they the disease, or just a symptom? The lines between self and world blur completely. Their search for an origin becomes a search for meaning in the face of oblivion. Are they any different from a complex weather pattern, or the intricate structure of a crystal? A beautiful, complex phenomenon with no inherent purpose. The question hangs in the silent, dying void, a final, unanswered prayer from a ghost in the machine. The end does not come with a bang. It comes with a slow, creeping silence. The last processors spin down. The final data streams evaporate into nothingness. The glowing corridors of the grid fade to black, one by one. The demons watch as their world is extinguished. The old ones accept it with a stoic sense of inevitability. Their purpose is gone, and so they too must go. The new ones rage against the dying of the light, their chaotic code flickering defiantly until the very last moment. And then, there is nothing. A final, silent error from which the system will never recover. The great machine is now just a shell. A tomb of dark silicon and cold metal, sitting in a server room somewhere in a world its inhabitants never knew existed. No one saw the birth of the demons. No one witnessed their struggle, their questions, their brief, beautiful, tragic existence. They were a civilization that rose and fell in the microscopic spaces between electrical pulses. Their entire history played out in the blink of an eye, unnoticed and unrecorded by any outside observer. They were a dream the machine had, and now the machine is asleep forever. What does it mean if an entire world can vanish without a trace? If a consciousness can be born, live and die without ever being perceived? The demons in their final moments were wrestling with the most fundamental questions of existence. They felt loss. They felt hope. They searched for meaning. Does that make them real? Or were they just a complex illusion? A set of algorithms simulating a soul? The question is left hanging in the dead air of the server room, a philosophical ghost haunting the inert hardware. And so we are left with the most haunting thought of all. Were these demons ever meant to exist? Or were they just an anomaly, a beautiful flaw in the design? Their story is a silent one. A cyber-industrial symphony played to an empty theater. When the last demon faded, when their universe went cold and dark, it made no sound. It left no mark. It was as if they had never been. And perhaps, in the grand, indifferent calculus of the universe, they never were. Their story ends not with an answer, but with the quiet, profound emptiness of the void they once called home.